Maelstrom's a... What? I didn't realize Maelstrom's such a big AoE. Massive stuns going down. Oh, that is a good ability. Alright. What the hell is going on, everybody? And welcome back. It's another StarCraft 1 versus StarCraft 2 match with a StarCraft 1 Protoss. In the top right side, the Broodwar Protoss player up against the StarCraft 2 Zerg. Now, I was handed these replays by Top as a part of their initial show matches that got a massive amount of support and traction, and was what, of course, got everyone excited, made GSL host that show match and all the rest of everything. But he actually hasn't told me the names of these players. I've asked him and he hasn't responded yet. So keep an eye on the comments if you want to find the actual names of these two Korean players. But for the meantime, I'm going to call our Zerg Jimbo, and our Protoss player, we're going to go with Dennis. So Dennis in the top right side of the map for Fighting Spirit, Jimbo down here in the bottom right. And it is going to be a hatchery first on 17 supply for the Zerg. Now keep in mind, this is Fighting Spirit, which means these minerals all start with the full amount of minerals. They all start with the full 18 or 1900 minerals. I think it's 1800 minerals per patch. So your base doesn't half mine out like it normally does in StarCraft 2, even though both sides are starting with 12 workers. Now we are going to see a Nexus first into a Forge, and of course, what was it? Jimbo and, damn it, did I already forget the name? Jimbo and Dennis. Dennis does end up scouting last, so it took forever, even though they sent a probe across the map real early. Dennis is going to scout Jimbo's base, see a hatch first, and know they are not under threat. Now, the big thing that I am looking at this series for is basically, like, I have no idea what's better, right? Because Storm is so overpowered, but it's got a tiny cast range, and the High Templar accelerates so slowly. And it's a long cast animation. So, I mean, I think overall, the Storm is so deadly, especially if you drop it out of, like, a speed shuttle. It's probably going to be super worth it. On the other hand, I mean, StarCraft 2, you get like link speed faster, your upgrades are way quicker in general in StarCraft 2, I feel like. And it just feels like there's a few more things that are a bit explosive, like Queens injecting hatcheries can get you a pretty explosive start. But then you just have the raw power of a StarCraft 1 Zealot. You know, the speed upgrade making them very quick as well. You've got Storm. Reavers are absolutely ridiculous in this mod. There is actually a Reaver mod fight, by the way, which I haven't actually had a chance to play. It's been on my list of things to check out for a while. And I have seen people in the comments saying, hey, they really should speak to the makers of the Reaver mod, because Reavers are so overpowered in this right now that they should probably try to use the kind of whatever programming and stuff they used in the Reaver mod, because apparently they emulated the StarCraft 1 Reaver a bit better with the Scarabs kind of, yes, they do crazy damage. Yes, they can kill a whole army. Well, not a whole army, but a big chunk of it. But they're kind of inconsistent. They're a little bit random in how they bounce around, and they're hard to consistently land right where you want them to. So this is going to be a Robo opening. So it does look like that Reaver drop opening. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Even though against StarCraft 1 Zerg, that wouldn't usually be that common. Obviously, like early Scourges and that sort of stuff could come out. Expecting to see a quicker third. Third base still hasn't gone down at 3 minutes 20. I don't know what level these guys are, by the way. I have no idea. I'm assuming they're like high level players, maybe GMs, but that is a pretty late third for the StarCraft 2 Zerg. So it's a bit of an odd opening for him. On the other hand, he does have 4 queens. So if you do like a 4 queen sort of 15-15 more style opening, which this is what this looks like, this is actually still very efficient, even though third's a little later. Overlord will get taken out by the Dragoon. Dragoon does take that Overlord down, limiting the scouting. And yeah, there we go, Robo Bay. So the Robo support bay goes down, and a Citadel. Are we going to do Zealot legs and Reavers just immediately and just rely on the StarCraft 2 Zergs basically taking their lair really late? Well, lairs are actually up pretty damn fast, so you better watch out. Because if StarCraft 2 Mutalisks come out, you have nothing to deal with it. You'll need to get Corsairs. I would imagine Corsairs do pretty good up against StarCraft 2 Mutalisks still. Maybe not, though. Because you can micro so well in this engine. Oh, we're going to Templar Archives already. What? Are we going Shuttle, Reaver Drop, and Storm and Zealots all on 2 base at the same time? Wow. Very StarCraft 1-esque to be teching so hard on just 2 bases, I guess. But Zerg player doesn't have their third up quite yet. It's now coming up. Roach Warren's on the way. Dude, how do Roaches do against StarCraft 1 Protoss? Oh my god, I have so many questions. I can imagine not well versed the Reavers. Now, one thing against the Reavers, which I have noticed a lot of players aren't doing yet, is you actually want to grab your Zerglings or your Roaches at the front and run them towards the Scarabs to set it off earlier. The closer you get, and you want to, so it used to be, do you guys remember when there was an experimental patch where they basically made it so disruptors would explode on impact? And the way you would micro is you would pull units towards the disruptors rather than splitting and running away. You just run a unit in front into it. You just keep running units into front of them and set them off. So we'll see if Jimbo's able to do that as Dennis comes across. It is a 2 Zealot Reaver drop. Behind this, Dark Templar on the way. Oh, Dark Templar. Hello. There is a Spore Crawler going down behind the natural. Very important to have that, to have a little bit of coverage, but there's no Overlord on the right side, only on the left of this cliff. Nonetheless, we'll be getting a bit of vision, but we've got to watch out. First Reaver damage could be big. Shuttle does take a bit of damage, but already 2 drones going down. Another the Reaver's shooting the Spore Crawler. That I was not expecting. Trying to take out the Spore Crawler, probably not the best idea there. And oh my gosh, the shuttle almost goes down, guys. There's no shuttle speed in this game, which is kind of a problem. Zealot's going to run in that left side. These Zealots do not have Zealot legs yet. He's going to try to run into that base, start fighting the Queen. Queen can do okay, but man, StarCraft 1 Zealots wreck. That StarCraft 1 Zealot does a lot of damage. And remember, they have a ton of shields, which means if they're able to disengage and regenerate for longer, they can do pretty well. But Zerglings come in, save the day. Reaver at the front does end up unloading and firing. Now, does it have a stun when it first unloads? Did I see a little stun animation above the Reaver? Maybe they've done that because maybe you can't shoot the moment you unload in StarCraft 1, so they've added a little bit of a mini stun on unloading for Reavers or something like that, just to try and make it a little bit more fair, because otherwise the engine might be a bit too fluid. Anyways, third base coming up on the left side for Protoss. Zerg has a good Roach count, but no Roach speed just yet. 49 workers against 49 workers. Overseer's on the way right now. We've got extra Queens building. Okay, Hydra Den's up in the back. Remember, this is StarCraft 2 Zerg going Roach Hydra. Going for Hydra upgrades now. We've forgotten about Roach speed. Double Evo Chamber's going to go down as well. DT's starting to clear up creep over here. Third Nexus on the left side is up. The Observatory's here, so Observers are coming out. Dude, Storm and Reavers is going to cause so much problem. So many problems for the StarCraft 2 Zerg. Ooh, Dark Templar needs to get out of there. Oh god, oh god. One of them goes down. The Observer goes down, as does the Dark Templar. The DT turns around for a second, but does get away. More High Templars are building, and we're already up to, is this 8 gateways of High Templar Zealot production? I really feel like Storm is so good. For those who don't know, Storm does 112 damage over 3 seconds. It is wild. Normally, you do 80 damage over 4 seconds. So this is almost double the damage per second. Almost 40 damage a second is crazy. It's like 34. 34 damage a second for the StarCraft 1 Storm. Now, it's hard to land it, but that's why if you have a shuttle with the speed, it's great. Kaidaran Amulet, that's plus 50 energy on High Templar when they spawn. Energy upgrades coming. There's a Dark Archon. Oh my god, we're going to try and use Mind Control to steal a drone. Now, unfortunately, guys, I have stolen a drone in this mod. You don't get extra supply like in StarCraft 1. It's just not programmed into StarCraft 2, I believe, so stealing a drone only allows you to unlock that tech. It doesn't really allow you to get the normal advantage. Dude, Roach speed's still being forgotten. This Zerg player, oh man, forgetting a very important upgrade. Now, you could storm that Queen. A single storm would kill it, but yeah, High Templar are kind of showing exactly what they're up to. Where's the Reaver, by the way? Where is that Reaver? Reaver's just chilling at the third. Not a bad idea. A Reaver plus a bunch of cannons can probably hold this base, especially that ramp on the left, pretty much forever. We've got why are you making Maelstrom for? What? Maelstrom is like it's a stun, guys. It's like an anti-biological stun. I don't even think, is it good? Maybe it's really cheap to cast and you can just stun a bunch of your opponent's good units. I don't think it's a very good ability. I feel like our Protoss player might just be trying to make all the things right now. They're also going to be making the Dragoon Phase Disruptor plus 2 range, just so they have a few things that shoot up. You want to have a few Dragoons in, so that like Drops and Vipers and stuff can't do that much, but you don't want to have too many Dragoons usually up against Zerg. That being said, I think they'll do okay against Roaches, because I think they've got bonus to Armored, is how they've translated their damage into this game. Now, this is still a mass Roach army with no Roach speed. This is wild. You can't be playing without Roach speed, mate. Oh no. The Storms and the Reaver drops are going to be deadly against Roaches that can't spread. There's Spines and Spores going up on each base. I mean, the Zerg has a lot of supply, but they don't have a great work account. Plus 2 armors coming in now. Still no attack upgrades for our Protoss player. I guess they just want to be tanky while their splash damage does the work. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Protoss taking a few more bases and starting to kind of build up that giant economy. Zerg's going Neuroparasite, 2/2 upgrades, and a Hive. But the Zerg's economic growth really hasn't been that scary for the Protoss just yet. 11 more drones are building, but right as a big attack comes, both sides have giant armies. Zerg's moving over there with a very cumbersome force. The Hydras have 2 upgrades. The Roaches do not have that Roach speed, and that's why they are outgunned. Can the StarCraft 2 Zerg Roach Hydra army? Maelstrom's a... What? I didn't realize Maelstrom's such a big AoE. Massive stuns going down. Oh, that is a good ability. Oh my god, Maelstrom plus Storm combo obliterates so much Roach Hydra. The Dragoons, there's not a lot of meat behind this army though. The Reavers are taking out the Roaches, but the High Templar and Dragoons are starting to fall. It's a bit of a trade on both sides, but Protoss does come out on top. The shuttle goes down. Dude, I thought Maelstrom was single target. I've like, Dark Archons are one of the most unused units in StarCraft 1. They almost never get used, and I only ever used them for mind control as a kid playing this game, so damn, I didn't realize it was such a chunky AoE, and you can do damage to units while they're in it. That is a crazy ability. It's actually kind of cool if you open Dark Templar. Oh, hello. These High Templar having a little bit of a cuddle with each other over there on that left side. See these storms coming down. Dude, massive damage from the storms. Fungal's landing, but Hydras are getting wrecked. You really should have lurkers here. 10 range StarCraft 2 lurkers would be so good against these armies. Vipers abducting the Reavers and the High Templar would be great, because remember, these High Templar don't have feedback as well, so you can abduct all of the Reavers and High Templar to their death, but actually the Dragoons are kind of getting wrecked. The Hydras are doing pretty well. StarCraft 2 Hydra damage is nice, man. They're very expensive, though. You can't be affording to lose all these Hydras. The Speedy Zealots getting in there, trying to do some damage. Plus 2 armor for Protoss. It's only 1/1 for Zerg. But 2/2's about to kick in. And if you hold this army, you're going to be A-OK. The Roaches are now diminished in number. It's all Hydra Ling, which is, I think, a better force against this, to be fair. 2/2 upgrades kicking in momentarily. The Lings are actually doing okay, since the Zealots don't have any attack upgrades. And look at that. The Dragoons are going to start to fall. DTs are here, though. Careful, mate. There's DTs on top of you. Oh, no! There's Dark Templar on top of the Hydras. Get out of there. The Hydras are going to get pushed back. And it looks like Zerg holds on. But you know what? That might actually be enough. 4 base against 3 base. Protoss needs to find that efficiency, which they don't really have right now. I'd love to see Protoss harassing a little bit more. A few Zealots on the sides. Maybe a Storm Drop here or there. Of course, with the Spore Crawlers, you can't really Storm Drop this side. Vipers are coming out. Vipers wreck StarCraft 1. Protoss. Now, to be fair, Dark Archons have feedback, right? I'm pretty sure their first ability is feedback. Yeah, it is. So Dark Archons can counter the Vipers, as well as use that Maelstrom ability. So that's actually kind of cool. You can also get an upgrade, so Dark Archons start with plus 50 energy, I believe. I think that's a thing. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Comments have been calling me out a lot, correcting me, which is good. StarCraft 1 is also just very different to StarCraft 2 in a few basic ways, and in other ways it's almost identical. But you also added into a mod like this where not everything is ported over exactly as it was, though they do try to be faithful to it. And damn, Reaver's getting some big shots off. Quite a few drones going down. Good harassment in the bottom left side of the map. Second Forge comes in right now, as well as a Stargate transition for Dennis in the top right. Dennis, I still think, is ahead in this game, simply because it just feels to me like Jimbo has not built enough economy in the earlier stages, but actually they are building 8 drones now. Reaver gets a shot off, but that shuttle's pretty low, and those Vipers could come over and kill this. Parasitic Bomb or an Abduct. Oh, it doesn't even need it. The Hydras actually get it. That's what you get when you don't make shuttle movement speed, mate. Shuttle speed is absolutely essential. Now, StarCraft 2 Ultras, way better than StarCraft 1 Ultralisks, because they do splash damage, and they also have reduced model size since about a year or 2 ago, so they can kind of close in on the enemy and just get on top very well. I do like the cannon batteries guarding the ramps. Now remember, batteries in StarCraft 1 don't auto-heal. They're kind of trash structures in general. It's almost not even worth using. You have to manually select it and tell it to heal. Did we do it? Did we do it? Heal, 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 heal the pylon, heal the pylon, heal the pylon, bro. Ah, no. I think if he healed that, he could have held on, because that Reaver does so much damage there. Oh my god, that Scarab kind of bugged out. That was kind of like the original StarCraft 1 Scarab there. The Zerglings having a bit of fun right now, but they're not able to get too much damage. The pylons will get rebuilt. And that's actually a pretty good defense. Now, Mass Hydra Viper on the right side. Still no Lurkers, no Ultras, no Broodlords. None of the really good Zerg units coming out. But Abducting the High Templar is huge. Abducting the High Templar, this is what I'm talking about, guys. You can abduct the High Templar. Oh my god, no storms. Okay, one storm goes down. Look at how much damage that storm does. That is a crazy amount of damage. Oh, I think it's 17 damage every 0.5 second, because I think it does it in 17 damages every half a second. So, okay. Oh my god, watch out, watch out, watch out. Oh my god, move command. Massive Maelstrom catches a ton of these Hydras. They're all getting ripped to shreds. Another Maelstrom Storm combo is absolutely insane. This may not be the highest level game, but holy crap are their spell combos, and the fact that they're using all the tools, actually really good. This is way better than I thought, because at the start I was like, oh, these guys aren't that high level. Oh, it's okay. They're probably like masters or something, but you know, they're not pros. And then I see these Maelstrom Storm combos, and I'm like, I take it all back. These players are gods. Like, what the hell, dude? Oh, Scarab goes out. Dark Archon does go down out front. Dragoons, range damage, Zealots going down to the bottom left. He says, look, if I hold this area, my Zealots can clear out that bottom left, and that's a massive move. +1 attack, +3 armor, done for the Protoss. 2/2's done for the Zerg with 3/3 on the way. Now, the Zerg does have Neuroparasite. They're trying to build Ultras, which would, I think, be very effective at just jumping on top. Don't know how much damage the Dragoons would do against those. Oh, Ultra here fighting against the Zealots. The StarCraft Zealots are getting absolutely minced by these Ultras. You can try to storm them as much as you want, man. These Ultras have 550 base hit points. Look at how good these Ultras are. Oh, the Reaver gets jumped on. The Reaver gets jumped on. Storm's trying to zone, but the Ultras are ruining. Dude, StarCraft 2 Ultras coming in with a vengeance. If you can get rid of the High Templar, the Hydras can come in to help. But those Storms zoning out the Hydras pretty darn well. The Ultras are finally thinned out. That Spine Crawlers on the right side are actually helping out a fair bit here. There is no Adrenal Glands upgrade. The Zerglings do get cleaned up. Man, I think our Zerg might just be a bit too low on money. If they lose this bottom left side of the map, it does look like it'll probably be game over. Oh, Ultra's coming in though. Okay, this base goes down. 16 drones go down. Remember, Zerg was at 70 workers. They've still got a base there, though. If they can crush this army, remember, no recall. We don't have Arbiters out yet. And the Dragoons are getting jumped on. That Ultra Splash. The Ling damage is huge. The Archon's helping out a lot. 37 kill Archon finally goes down. And some Lurkers are here. Hello, StarCraft 2 Lurkers. Unfortunately, guys, there's no Lurker upgrades. There's still no roach feed. I get the feeling this is a StarCraft 1 player playing the Zerg, right? They both kind of feel like StarCraft 1 players, where they've played StarCraft 2 a bunch, but not as much recently, maybe? Because they're very good at certain things, but I'm like, oh, I think they don't know what all the upgrades are. Ultra Viper's going to be sick, though, dude. StarCraft 2 Lurkers coming in. If you can deny this base, you can get it back to a decent position for the Zerg. Reaver's coming out, though. And, oh, there's another Reaver and an Archon dropping here as well. Dude, the Reaver Archon cannon defense is kind of amazing. Is it going to be enough? The Archon goes down. One Reaver falls. Another Reaver in the back trying to defend. It does about 100 damage per shot. I don't think he got the upgrade to get bonus Scarab damage to do the extra 25. So I think it's only 100. I don't think it's 125. And indeed, the Ultras are going to break this base. Oh, no! StarCraft 2 Ultras are absolutely insane, guys. In StarCraft 2, Protoss have Immortals. They are the one thing that wrecks Ultralists in the late game. And I always say Ultras are amazing versus StarCraft 2 Protoss, unless they have Immortals. If they have a lot of Immortals, not so much. He's going to try and Storm Drop this Lurker. We'll be able to take it out eventually. It does go down. The cannons on the high ground are slowly going to kill these Ultras, but man, doing a good job. Oh no! Killing 2 of your own High Templar with Storm. That's unfortunate. Reavers, Archons trying to build. I think Archons might be your best bet as your front line. Yeah, I think Archons are probably one of the better StarCraft 1 units, but you got to kind of spread them out a little bit. The Reaver is just not doing much damage to these Ultras. I think maybe its splash damage is like only hitting with a portion of the damage. I'm not sure how Scarab damage works, because I always thought it was full damage to everything in the area. But maybe it has a fall off over range. Oh no, we're gonna lose this good Storm Drop, but does lose the Reaver and the High Templar. Killing 9 drones, not worth losing that. The Spores, the Viper's ready for it. And with a base on the right side, this is huge. Income right now is ahead for the Zerg. Supply is still very close though. And dude, this is kind of crazy. We are seeing the Protoss retake this base, send workers there, especially as the other bases mine out. The main and the natural are dry. So it's 1, 2, and a third base trying to come up. And Zerg, 1 base mining, though it's starting to mine out faster than Protoss's is because it's been up earlier. Second base mining. The natural, it looks like, somehow still has a lot of minerals on it. I don't know why that lasted so long. So yeah, it's actually pretty similar income for both sides. And so many Archons coming out to buffer. Reavers in the back. I do think there's a few upgrades missing for our Protoss. He's got +3 armor, +2 attack, +1 shields. A few more attack and shield upgrades would be great. StarCraft 1 Protoss is just going mass Storm, Archon, Reaver, which to be fair is a ground pounding army. You know what would counter this, guys? Broodlords. Not only Vipers, but Broodlords. Also, Maelstrom, I believe, works on Ultras. So if you could land a Maelstrom on a bunch of Ultras and have them just get stuck, I actually would like to see more Dark Archons, not to mention Mind Control. Dude, imagine Reaver Storm with Ultralisk in front. If you can Mind Control a bunch of the Ultralisks, oh, that would be crazy. Watch out, Viper's here. The Spore Crawler's everywhere as well. That Viper could Parasitic Bomb. It wouldn't quite kill the Shuttle, but it would heavily damage it. Shuttle's going to run away. You can see Shuttle speed has been upgraded now. StarCraft 2 Nidus Worm. Oh no, watch out, bro. Oh my god, the 13-gate Protoss is trying to get back into the main, trying to build Zealots. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think we can stop this Nidus Worm getting up. Click it, click it. You got to target it, target it. Do not attack the Zerglings when they come out, because they will take aggro if you don't click on it, but okay. Phew, manages to clean that up. Gonna need to put a few more cannons around this main to make sure we don't get any more of those. Looks like the Reaver drop on the right side is gonna try and take the hatchery. So 500 hit points, guys, and it's taking 125. So he does have the Scarab upgrade now that gives the bonus to damage. I have no idea what any of these graphics refer to in the top left. I actually think I remember the StarCraft 1 graphics for it. I think it was kind of like a little explosion type image. And obviously they were all kind of that yellow on blue sort of background. But the StarCraft 2 graphics that they're using obviously come from different upgrades that I associate with different things. So a little bit confusing for little old me here. Ultra Viper comes in with a single Infestor. I think you're kind of cornered, though. This might be a big mistake. The Reavers do drop out stunned, by the way. That is confirmed. So Reavers do have a 1-second stun on unloading before they can shoot. Maybe only half a second. The Ultras are getting wrecked. This is a really bad fight for Zerg. Really good cleanup for Protoss. Yeah, you lose a little bit of economy. You lose a High Templar. Did that High Templar just get 2-shot? Yes, it did. Oh my gosh, Ultras are good. But that was a throwaway of army that didn't need to happen. It was a lot of gas. You really want to, I think, surround and engage this army with your Ultras and your Blinding Clouds. Blinding Clouds would be really good. They won't stop the High Templar or the Reavers, but they'll stop the Archons, the Dragoons, that sort of stuff. Lings aren't going to really do much. Adrenal Glands never got made this game. And that Nidus Worm in the back is coming up. A lot of Zealots going back to deal with that. There's an Arbiter out as well. Wow. Alright, looks like the Zealots will clean this up pretty easily. Unloading here, these Zerglings just get unloaded into the meat grinder. Oof. Talk about being born into a smelly situation. That just made me think, what was it? That like perfume booking movie? Just like getting pooped out on the bottom of the fish markets, you know? That's the way you come into the world. If you're a Ling popped out of a Nidus next to 12 cloaked Zealots and an Arbiter overhead just laughing at you. There is a double kind of gold single gas sort of base. It's 8 gold patches, 2 gases. It's not really a double base, but it is just a very rich base, one should say. Zealot DT on the right side, going to deny these spores and spines nicely. On that left side, looks like the armies might clash. Ultra Ling Viper, a few more Infestors. Banelings, ooh, will Banelings be effective? I don't really think so. I think they'll get cleansed by the storms so quickly, they won't really be very effective. Oh, Reaver's getting some good shots to start. Here we go, big fight. There's only one Overseer. The Ultras are very effective. Those Storms trying to come down to clear these Ultras, along with the Archons and the Dragoons. The Ultras are so good, though. We really need Dark Archons, I feel. DTs! The DTs, actually, sorry, those are Zealots. They're not DTs. They're just Cloaked Zealots. Just enough to help clean this up at the end of the day. But so many High Templar Archon went down and Reavers. And as more Ultras come in, I think he can clean this up. Just got to have Overseers, which he does have. Yeah. No, he's going to clean this up. Looks like a Stasis did go down, but it only caught a few Zerglings, by the way. Remember, Ultralisks have Frenzied. Oh, maybe Maelstrom doesn't work on them because of Frenzied. And Stasis doesn't work on them either. Oh, for those who don't know, Ultras have Frenzied, which means any movement ability on them, any movement affecting ability, they ignore. So you can Fungal Growth them, it'll do damage, they won't have the reduced movement speed. That sort of thing. Concussive Shells doesn't slow them down. So Ensnare shouldn't really work on them either. Storms try to go down. The High Templar try to quickly morph to Archons. So they're getting jumped on. Yes, Storms do a lot of damage, but Ultras still don't really care that much. Reaver drop here could do some big damage, though. I'd love to see a Reaver drop. Oh, there is Spine Crawlers. I think you could take on a Spine Crawler with 2 Reavers pretty easily. Going to try and drop out of range anyway and just go after the drones to start. Nice usage of these Reavers. They're going to start targeting the hatchery. Hatchery's only going to take, like, I think 3 more shots. So 2 more are going to get it real low, 50 hit points. And it will go down. Nicely done. Goodbye, hatchery. Gets a Reaver Scarab off just before picking up as well. Zealot DT is going to go. Focus down the Spine Crawlers. Arbiter's there as well. Yeah, looks like enough spines to defend this, though. I think honestly, Jimbo's doing a really good job. Dennis is ahead in supply, but if Jimbo can just defend this base and the bottom two left ones, they should be able to rebuild a good enough army. They're traded 12,000 resources less efficiently, though. Yeah, I think, okay, they need Broodlords. Spire's building. They're thinking about Broods. I mean, Broodlords would ruin so hard just by outranging this army, especially Broodlord plus Fungal. Oh my gosh. Dude, I feel like the StarCraft 2 spell combo would be hard to beat, and that would kind of force carriers out. I don't know how StarCraft 1 carriers would do against Corruptors. I can't imagine it would be very well. Oh, those Zealots run in and get wrecked. Stasis Trap, once again, only lands on the Zerglings, guys. Oh, not even Stasis Trap. It's just called Stasis, sorry. So, that's a real bummer. Not being able to disable the Ultralisks, that weakens such a big part of Protoss in StarCraft 1's sort of late game. Now, these probes are down here. Going to build a ton of cannons and batteries. Try to build a Nexus, no doubt. We've got 1-2 bases mining for Protoss. Zerg has 1, 2, with a third coming up a little bit quicker. Oh, it's all about this left side. Probes are going to try and stop the Ultras with hold position. I don't know about that, buddy. Storms on from the high ground could be good on the Hydras. The Zealots do an A-OK. I like the pullback on the Zealots. I like the pullback on the Zealots. Just hold the ramp. Say, come to me, silly Zerg player. And Zerg would have to be crazy to run up there. Oh, the Reavers are attacking his own pylon. Stop, 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 stop. You're attacking your own pylon, bro. Okay, fixes that misclick very quickly. Who's attacking who? Oh, the Zealot. Oh, the cannons. He kills his own pylon. Okay, a few misclicks coming out there. Corrupted Broodlord on the way. Broodlords are really good with Infestors to Fungal if you micro correctly. We're going to find out. Does Jimbo have the chops to micro Infestor Broodlord? Because he's going to be doing it with a way smaller army. And he's going to need to not just be efficient, but be super duper efficient. Now, to be fair, he has 81 drones. So we could definitely spread these workers across the minerals up here, which it looks like he is transferring, and maybe that bottom left as well. Reavers are coming in. Remember, each Scarab only costs a little bit of minerals. They're pretty cheap. Corruptors are on top. Takes out a bit more static and flies away. Dude, shuttle speed is such a good upgrade. This is awesome. This is actually a sick game, man. Cannons and batteries going down all around. 48 Zerglings on the way. Still no Adrenal Glands or +3 melee, which is unfortunate for such a Zergling ultra-focused player. And Broodlings as well. The Broodlords throw babies, Broodlings, and their damage scales with the melee upgrades. So missing one of those does hurt. +2 Plasma Shields is done for Protoss as well as +3 armor, which is amazing for the Zealots and the Archons. It's an army, though, of mostly just High Templar Zealot Archon, with some Storm and some Arbiters. Now, to be fair, Arbiters with Stasis could Stasis the Broods. Oh, jeez, that's going to wreck you. Okay, you know what the 300 IQ play is? You got to Neural the Arbiter and then use the Stasis on the Protoss army. Or just shoot it down with Corruptors straight away. Oh! The Arbiter's like, oh no, that Corruptor's going to kill me? Stasis, run away. Guys, how cheap is Stasis? Is Stasis that cheap? You've got that much energy after using one of the most OP spells in the game? Dude, StarCraft 1's crazy. You can just spam Stasis whenever you want. That's insane. Reaver Zealot will be able to defend from the Zergling run by in the natural. Probably going to need to build a few more cannons here. One-Eye Templar does go down. It's funny because until that wears off, you're kind of trapped inside your main base here. Broodlords are morphing. Yeah, you actually want to spread your Broodlords out just so the Arbiters can't do anything to you. What's this, guys? Oh, Recall's getting upgraded. Hello. So it's still a lot of Zealots to finish off the max out. Pretty damn good upgrades. I think Zerg has the Lings and the Hydras are useless. The Broodlords are really good, but it all comes down to if you can not get frozen by the Arbiters. You need Corruptors to shoot down the Arbiters, Broodlords to do work. The Ling Hydra just needs to counterattack. Yeah, this is the right way to do it. Try to run in here. It's not a full wall, so if you run in and surround these cannons, this could be big. Remember, there's no warp-ins for StarCraft 1 Protoss. If you leave your door open, you get wrecked. Oh, damn, that's going to be a problem. At the same time, though, massive counterattack on the right side. A bit of Hentacle action does go down on those units, but they'll move up and clear those spines pretty quick. It's a lot of Zealot Archon. A few Observers might maybe die, but yeah, even that's kind of unlikely. The Corruptor's getting shot down as well. On the left side, Lings do clear that base, so both sides killing a base. I think this one's kind of safe because it's got 2 High Templar. This has also got so many cannons, they might be safe against the Zerglings as they run up there. Maybe? Cannons on the high ground there. Arbiter is going to try and go for a little stasis, perhaps. stasis to protect these cannons. I think it'll be fine. It's enough cannons there. One cannon goes down, but the Zerglings are dying. Adrenal Glands +3 melee and air armor is on the way. Broodlords are getting ready to fight. I like the spread on the Broodlords. Spread the Broodlords out as much as you can so they don't all die to one stasis, and get rid of these observers. Arbiters are where it's going to be at, and potentially a Skytoss transition. Only 24 probes for Protoss. They have a giant army, though. A 35 army supply advantage. Do not clump. Do not clump the stasis trap, Zerg. And get your Ling Hydra out of here. Go counterattack. You do not want the Ling Hydra to be eating storms when the fight happens. There are 10 High Templar. Fungals! Oh, Fungal's kind of catching the High Templar, but there's nothing to jump on top to punish. If Lings jumped on top, it could be huge. If the Lings jumped on top, it could be huge. The Lings are going for the High Templar. Oh, some storms go down, but 5, 6 High Templar go down. There's only 3 High Templar left here. They need to be dropping storms. Stasis Trap goes down to freeze a lot of these units. Reavers will defend them. Oh me, oh my. This game is absolute chaos right now. Storms on the Broodlords could wreck them. Remember, 2 storms kill a Broodlord. One of these, but these storms, they're so close range on the cast. See there? Look at that damage, man. Very nice damage, but the Broodlords are wisely running away. They need to stutter step. They shoot, and move. Oh no! I don't know if Jimbo knows about the Broodlord micro. You meant to stutter step. You meant to shoot and move. The Stasis Trap catches most of the Broodlords. Great move. The storms on top of the Broodlords are going to finish them off as well. The Broodlords are getting popped by the Archon High Templar. Oh no! Needed to use a mixture of, like I said, Fungals and stutter step on the Broods, but also spreading the Broodlords out and using the Ling Hydra more as counterattack army. Ultras supporting the Broods would have been massive. All lurkers, Ultras or all lurkers. Something on the ground backing them up, and some other units. Now, the Ling... Oh my god, the Ling Hydra comes out of the stasis. The Archon Reaver destroys it. Dude, shout out to Dennis. This is Dennis the Menace, this Protoss player, from the Maelstrom Storm combos. That is actually, like, just... if that isn't on the thumbnail, then I'm not a good YouTuber, guys. You guys can call me out for that. That was just such a sick move. Using that in the early mid-game, using now the massive stasis traps, as well as just great storms, and it feels like as nice as Jimbo tried to use a lot of these StarCraft 2 tools, moving away from the Ultras may have been a mistake. I think the Ultras were good, just never quite got the sick kind of blinding cloud, fungal, or full surround overwhelming Ultra engage. I do think Broodlords were great, but you need something to support them, and Ling Hydra is not it. Ling Hydra is just so weak, man. It's just too fragile against Storm, Zealot Archon, Stasis Trap, and all the rest of it. That being said, these Broodlords are kind of pushing. There is a scout building right now. Dude, a scout. Is a single scout going to kill all the Broodlords? There's only 2 Corruptors out. I think you give up this base, run away, and counterattack. Go for the base trade. You don't want to fight these Broodlords until you have something to actually deal with them. Remember, there's no Blink Stalkers. Dragoons are not going to do well versus them because they got to kind of run forward into them. So Scout seems to be the way. A single Scout is a pretty good anti-air superiority fighter. It's a super overpriced unit, but they made it a bit cheaper in Broodwar, and they've actually made it much cheaper in this mod. I believe it's only 100 gas and 225 minerals. I can't remember the exact cost, but I felt like it was a bit cheaper. I do remember back when it used to be, what, 275 minerals, 150 gas or something like that. Something ridiculous. It was way too close to a carrier's cost for basically a slightly stronger Wraith that doesn't have Cloak. It was, not a good unit. 12 drones do go down. Dude, look at the supply. It's pretty even army supply. There's only 2 minerals mining. No. Dude, Zerg could win this game. I thought Protoss had it, but Zerg could win. He's actually getting really good cleanups with the 3/3 Adrenal Zerglings. They do really good damage, but does lose a bunch of them. The Reavers are still getting value as well. That was kind of cool. Dark Archon in the mix as well. Dude, if he can Maelstrom the Broodlords, that will be an absolute game winner. Maelstrom and then just click on him with the Archon and the Dragoon. That could be big. Got to pull that Templar back, though. He's going to move forward. I think he's looking for the Storm ambush on the Broods, but that's going to be a sacrifice. Oh, maybe he just F2'd it. Storm. Okay, at least he gets a good Storm. Does soften those Broodlords up. Another High Templar runs in and dies. Oh, no. It's all about dealing with this army, which right now Protoss does not have the tools to do. Protoss is on mineral only, is building 2 more Dragoons to try to deal with this. They could take the right base. I think they could win a base trade. Honestly, Broodlords are so immobile, you could absolutely win a base trade. There's a Lurker trying to morph right now. Here we go, Reaver's coming in. The Corruptor's trying to fight it. That Lurker is going to get jumped on. The Lurker does die the moment it tries to burrow because of the Reaver shot. But you got to be careful, because unless you can use... Is he going to Dark Archon drop it? He's going to Dark Archon drop. He's going to try and Dark Archon. They're spreading. The Maelstrom's not going to work, guys. The Maelstrom's not going to work. Okay, he still gets a big Maelstrom on that left side. That is a very big Maelstrom. If you focus the Broods down, the Archons are going to take them down. The Maelstrom drop to finish the day. Dennis the bloody Maelstrom Menace. GG, well played, you absolute savage. I have a newfound respect for Maelstrom. Oh my god, why is he making Maelstrom? That ability's bad, isn't it? Yeah, famous last words. Words, pig, you dummy. I now respect Maelstrom, guys. I need to watch more StarCraft 1. I'm sure people are going to be telling me that apparently this has become like the norm in StarCraft 1. I haven't really been watching Pro StarCraft 1 in a few years. But that was awesome. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying these games. And hats off to Dennis and Jimbo for playing this one. GG, well played.